Good morning, good morning. It's Friday, the 31st of January, 2025. It's my hope that everyone is feeling well today and enjoying what's on offer today. And I wish that you are in good spirits and that you will enjoy even this video. I've been doing some videos on the topic of biblical prophecy, and I really would appreciate it if you view these videos and press the like button, share it, so that more people can become aware of this information. I've been starting off with Matthew 24. I moved into 2 Thessalonians, then I moved into Revelations. I've been busy with in the last two videos with mostly the foundation, the basics for us to study Revelations, because it's quite a difficult book to understand, with a lot of symbology there. So I'm pausing quite a while on the foundations, the basics, and it all goes around the character and personality of the Lord Jesus Christ, his position. The last time I looked into his actual name, Yeshua, and his appearance, to dispel a lot of misconceptions and deception that's going around for centuries. It's important that we do so, because if we don't understand the position of Christ in this whole matter completely, then we will not appreciate what is actually being revealed in the book of Revelation. So hence the reason why I am actually spending some time before I tackle the 666 issue in Revelations 13. So bear with me on this. I hope you've got the patience to go through this with me, but I feel that's very important for us to do. So today I'm going to continue on that trajectory, emphasizing the importance of biblical prophecy in terms of who is Christ, what is Christ's position. You will remember that I also emphasized the need to know some history in order to get some sort of depth into this issue. I mentioned about his name, I mentioned about his appearance. If you're not so sure, please go through my video, and there's other speakers out there who have dealt more extensively with his image and history. But I just touched on some of those things to show you that it's very important for us to have the correct understanding of who Jesus Christ is and his position in the dispensation. Now, you'll remember I spoke quite a bit about slavery as part of the deception, because slavery became acceptable, feasible, and widely practiced some centuries ago, and up to very recently, I would say, because of the misconception of who is Christ and what is Christ's position. Despite the fact that several of these people that were perpetrating such acts of cruelty claimed to be Christian. We ask ourselves, why was a church built over the holding cells of the captured blacks in West Africa before they were shipped over the Atlantic into the Americas for the slave trade? This is why. we ask ourselves also, what kind of God is this that people feel free to perpetrate such extreme cruelty on other peoples and feel free to worship God at the same time, having church service and things like that in the past. So that's the reason why I'm actually bringing out this issue about how do we see other peoples if we don't understand who is Christ. Because it's my view that many people don't really fully grasp. They worship, but they don't fully grasp the authority and the majesty and the power of this Christ that we talk about. And I think we need to speak about that more. And so I'm answering the question, does it matter what was Jesus Christ's real name? Does it matter what was his real appearance? Yes, it matters, because the Caucasian peoples felt that so-called freedom at the same time, in parallel with worshipping God, that they perpetrated such acts of cruelty on God's creation, because those human beings were not viewed in the same manner. And it is actually the cause of problems in our modern day, because it went through the centuries. Even if slavery was abolished in the 1800s, a lot of what we see in society today is based on and is still as a result of what has happened in the past. So you must not get me wrong that I'm not actually pushing for discrimination and so on. I'm actually asking the question because just as we see cults in the world and we criticize cults, why are we not asking this question of groups of people who follow a certain pattern of belief but feel free to perpetrate things that are not actually acceptable? I want to read to you what Christ said in Matthew 7, which touches on this issue. Because people can believe and they can have really dark hearts. Just listen to this, what Christ says here in chapter 7 of Matthew, the book of Matthew. It's from verse 21 and 22. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Verse 22, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? Verse 23, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Now that is the King James version. That, just to remind you, there may be some that really not fully understand words like iniquity. That is just old language for evil, wickedness. Now what I've been talking about, slavery, and how it's perpetuated throughout the ages till this day, in terms of how people conduct business during their daily lives in various countries, especially in the West, is connected to what I'm saying here now. There it says there, not everybody will enter in. Only he that doeth, old language, the will of my Father which is in heaven. Now, if you look at the Bible and any holy book, it doesn't actually encourage cruelty of the sort and level that a certain people practiced. You know, I even said to you the previous video that the slave master would have church service out in the field for the slaves of his farm, and he would have the Bible, and they were not allowed to read or write. They would be punished, so they couldn't ever read the Bible, and he would actually select what he wants to say from there and so-called teach and preach to these people. Even that's it's a level of depravity and cruelty to have such dominance. So remember also in the previous video I was trying to establish the connection between the beast, the word beast in Revelation 13, which comes from, as I connected it, the empire, the kingdom. So in the past, you know, you had these various empires: Assyrian, Babylonian, Greek, Medo-Persian, Roman, and I said that the British Empire has formulated the world as it is today, and that the daughter of the British Empire is the American Empire, which we still experience today, and that it's all about power, dominance, and crushing and cruelty in the world. Why am I talking about these things in this way? I want to establish the fact that the beast in Revelations 13 is not an animal. It's a system of government. It's a system of ruling. It is a word that John of Patmos wrote in Revelations, akin to the word empire or kingdom. So there's going to be a form of government that's going to be just as cruel and dominant and crushing as, the power of the Babylonians and the Greeks and the Romans. But this time it's going to be in the form of the Antichrist, who will have rulership over the whole world. So can you see the train of thought that I'm trying to build up in this process? That if you do not understand the concept of the beast as a form of government, a form of rulership, then much of the content of chapter 13 and 14, 18, 17 and 18 is going to slip past much of our understanding. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and just to tell you that next time I'll be looking at periods of it in history, periods in time where we had great oppression, almost like stages or seasons that we go through. And I'll talk about, for instance, the French Revolution, just mention that, as well as the Second World War, and of course the 1950s apartheid. So there were stages, and I'm just going to go into it to show how we can consider that in the future there will be a stage of extreme oppression. So have a great day today, and trust that you will stay well and safe. Bye.